Okay, so this video is for Penny's contest. So, let's talk about the sun in the 4th house. So, what does the sun represent? The sun represents personality. It represents the ego. Why? Well, what is the sun exactly? It's the biggest shit in our universe, right? So, and it's this giant ball of gas and fire, so hence ego, right? Does that make sense? Yes. And then we have the 4th house, which is the house of, I guess you can say, home, you know. And it's anything and everything cancer-like, cancer-related, you know. And if you knew astrology, then you would know exactly what I'm talking about. I can go into depth, and I'm pretty sure that won't even be deep enough, but you know, it's the 4th house. Yeah, I love my family, I love my background, I love my origin, I love everyone basically in my family. I try to have close relationships, or I like to think I have close relationships with everyone in my family, and you know, I'm Asian obviously, so you can assume that I have a pretty big ass family, and I do too. You know, whenever there are disputes or drama in the family, you know, like for example, if like 2 cousins, you know, they weren't getting along, and you know, both of them happen to be girls, I would be like, oh my gosh, you guys, why are you guys fighting? This is so dumb. Come on, we're supposed to be caring, loving, and supporting family. Oh my gosh, don't be stupid. You know, that's me. You know, I want everyone to love each other, and I want everyone to love me, and I want to love everyone. My mother has a really big influence on me, and anything that she does, whether it's positive or negative, you know, it really, you know, gets to me. But you know, she inspires me a lot in many ways, especially in the artistic field. Yeah, I love my mom a lot, and I don't know. I feel like I identify more with her. I mean, I look like her, but I also look like my dad too. Depends on who I'm with, you know. When I'm with her, I look like her. When I'm with my dad, I look like him. And yeah, I guess I'm a mama's boy. I don't know, but yeah, I love my mom to death. My grandma, or I guess my whole family, I guess, our religion is shamanism, so, you know, we do all these rituals and all these sacrifices of animals, and, just a lot of, like, voodoo stuff, and, well, not voodoo stuff, but, you know, all this occult magical things. Not satanic or anything like that, or demonic, but, you know, and we do that, and, you know, and basically I grew up listening and witnessing and experiencing all these things, and you know, and I'm really into that too. And I'm not just saying that, or I'm not, you know, because you know, I'm a Scorpio, so you know, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, the occult, and you know, you're Scorpio, so obviously, and you know, astrology, duh. It's like, oh, someone's home. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, I'm really into that stuff. I'm invested into it. You know, I want to learn about it. You know, this religion of ours, and all these rituals, and all these superstitions, and you know, the history of the I guess paranormal activity that we do. Yeah, I like it. I think it's really cool, and we talk about it a lot. And yeah. I feel like my house reflects who I am, so my house has to be me, all me. But obviously, I live with my parents right now, so only my room is all me. And because, you know, I can't go around conjuring the house and like destroying and creating things, because then, you know, obviously we don't all have the same taste. So yeah, but you know, my house, it has to be secured, and I have to feel safe in it, and anything that I feel like is wrong, you know, it bothers me, you know, and it takes me, you know, and it doesn't help either when I have like a whole bunch of like Virgo in me too, so it bothers me. So like downstairs right now there's like some dishes that needs to be done, that's bothering me right now, and like probably downstairs there's some like misplaced stuff, a little garbage on the floor that's bothering me right now, and you know, and it has to be clean and it has to be nice, and yeah, I think one of my worst fears is probably losing my family, or yeah, or anything bad happening to them, like watching them being skinned alive. Ugh, that would just anything that happens in the home, basically I do too. So, you know, my dad loves playing music, and you know, he used to be in a band, and he's a musician, ex-musician, I guess, and you know, he writes songs, and you know, he produced music, and you know, he had an album and everything. So, you know, I love music. Music is a big part of my life, and you know, I love singing. You know, I don't think I'm good at singing, but you know, I love singing, and I sing 24/7. You know, and I listen to a lot of different types of music too, because both my parents and everyone in my family, you know, they're, you know, if I listen to what they all listen, so I'm pretty versatile in my music. You know, I mean, they may be fixed on a certain genre, but I'm pretty mutable. See what I did there? Yeah. I yeah. I'm like my playlist is like a Gemini's playlist, if that makes sense. So yeah, I like having parties in my home, and I like it when people come over. I want to make it feel like it's their home too, I love having fun in my house, you know, when I want to have fun, obviously, but when I want people out of my house, I want them out of my house, and when I feel a certain mood, the house should feel that certain mood too. So if I'm feeling calm right now, you know, like I'm feeling really Yoda, you know, I sense like lit candle light and like no lights on, and I'm feeling really zen, you know. I don't want no Mars or Mercury running around, you know, aka my brothers, you know. I don't want any kind of, you know, that type of energy running around, and you know, when it does, you know, it just you know, and it's like I'm trying to have, you know, a peaceful moment to myself, and not just because, you know, I'm an introvert, and you know how we like our alone times and our quiet times, but you know, it's just that they're pounding and running everywhere the house, and I can hear the house pounding and everything, and I feel like, oh no, like they're breaking shit and all this stuff, and things are falling down like vases and like marks everywhere on the house, and I'm just like, I cannot do that, and so, you know, I have to go there and I have to ruin their, you know, little fiesta, and you know, and never I'm pretty sure all y'all know this, and you never tell a Gemini to sit their ass down, because, and you never take away their authority, and you never, you know, chain them, and that's a lesson I learned, and I have to live with that. And you know, I give my Gemini brother, so much leeway, but he's always running up and down the house, because you know. But yeah, my house is so important to me. Our house even has like an alarm system, security thingy, and cameras and everything, and you know, that makes me feel a lot safer, and you know, that just adds a little extra Aquariusness to the house, because you know, technology, and like, you know, yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, it makes me feel a lot safer, and because we live in kind of like a ghetto area, it's like, you know, you almost want to be on the safe side. You never know. Actually, I do know, because you know, we get a lot of random strangers at our doors, you know, and that's why when people knock on the door, I never open the door. I always ask who it is first, and if they say something like, you know, like, well, I mean, like, if they, obviously, if I don't know you, then I'm not opening the door for you. I also heard that, like, having, like, a lot of fourth stuff, I mean, whoa, what? I mean, I also heard that having a lot of fourth house planets placements, or stellium or whatever, makes you like really psychic, and like, so, and you know, my family and my grandma and like everybody in my family is like really like Jean Grey, you know. I feel like, you know, like it's true, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm a really spiritual person, and I'm really in tune with like my emotions and, you know, my surroundings, and, you know, and so, you know, like, you know what I mean, like, yeah, you know, like I don't know, yeah. But I also feel like well, I don't feel like, but I'm more private, I'm more secretive than I would be because of the fourth house. You know, I mean, I'm already a Scorpio, trying to be this detective. Now it's gonna be the sun is in the fourth house, and you know my rising is in Virgo. Whoa, you know, like shy ass bitch, and you know my moon is in Virgo as well too. So it's like, damn, like how many like surface shields can I put around myself? I'm obviously a lot, so, and you know, it's, I don't know, I feel like I have to like unlock like myself or whatever to get to like this thing, and obviously that comes within the Saturn return and everything, so. Okay, so yeah, I feel like, you know, it's coming. I feel like, you know, by the time I reach the age 30, I'm gonna be like, you know, like Jean Grey, like, or something. I also feel like my ancestors are like in my veins and in my blood, and you know, I feel like yeah, you know, but I'm pretty sure my ancestors are looking down at me are like, this child. I'm pretty sure they're like that. Like, hey, like, I'm so and so's grandchildren. Like, no, like, I'm such a flop. I'm not sure if it's like a Virgo thing or like a home Cancer kind of fourth house thing, but you know, like I like doing the dishes, I like cleaning, and you know all that jazz. I like doing chores and everything. I like, you know, I like all that boring shit. So yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, you know, I'm like, well, my fourth house is in the sign Scorpio, so my sun is in Scorpio in the fourth house, but the fourth house is in Scorpio, so, and that explains, you know, my home living, which is really scorpionic, you know, really occult, really supernatural. You know, I did grow up in a supernatural environment, you know, and it was crazy, you know, and you know, it just, and I think it's so cool, and you know, I'll tell you guys later, you know, because I've got cousins, or I only know actually just one cousin, you know, who's like for real Jean Grey, you know, he's a medium basically, and he's got all these gifts and stuff, and it's really cool, and he's a Sag, by the way, too, so you know, Sag, ninth house, spirituality, philosophical, like I'm just like right on, damn, like. And or well, I guess he also fits the 13th sign, and whatever you say, the fuck you say, the 13th sign, the one that we don't think exists. Yeah, like, cause you know it represents like the snake and everything, the medicine man or whatever. So you know, I mean that makes sense too. But you know, forget that third sign because it messes the whole zodiac sign up. So forget it. But you know, he's the Sag and everything. So you know, I believe, well, you know, that it just makes sense for my. I mean, and obviously too, my childhood was intense, and it was. Ugh, it was horrible, but you know, maybe who I am today and everything. You know, well, my parents are divorced and everything, and there was a lot of going on between, and you know, I guess a lot of passion out of all that breeded this Scorpio. You know, this passionate like child of like, I don't know, like. But I feel like if I want to evolve, or for me to feel complete, for my ego to feel complete, since the sun is in the fourth house, I feel like I have to, you know, almost like communicate, or in a psychic way. Like I have to be compassionate and passionate, and be empathetic about stuff and things, and like I have to like do psychology and psychotherapy and psychoanalyze, and I have to do all this stuff for me to feel complete, or like intimacy. You know, that's a key word, the key word basically. So intimacy, fourth house and everything. I have to be intimate with things, people, my family, especially family. Like, you know, yeah, yeah. And you know, it's only them that, you know, like I said, you know, my fear is my family, my strength is my family, and you know, it's, you know, my family makes me and my family breaks me. I feel like the worst thing my grandma said to me was, and you know, I forgive her, and I feel like, you know, it's not even her life, obviously. So like, you know, when we talk about sexuality, you know, obviously they're Asian and they're old fashioned, so you know, and you know, she's just like, oh, you know, you better not be, you know, gay, because, you know, I'd rather have you dead than be gay, because I know I raised you up when you was a youngling, and I know you love girls. I know you like girls because all you did was hang out with them. It's like, duh, grandma. The only reason why I wanted to be with them and I hang out with them all the time because I wanted to be like them. Talking about how you know me and shit, girl. But yeah, no, I love my grandma. You know, she's basically my mom and dad because my parents had me when they were young, so they went off to high school and to college and doing that job and getting that paper while my grandma was home babysitting me, feeding me. That's why I'm so fluffy. And yeah, so you know, I owe everything to her. But you know, she said that to me, and that hurt me. I'm just like, Grandma, why? You know, but you know, I forgive her. It's 2014. I like people who try to nurture me and parent me almost, and I'm not sure if that's like my fourth house doing so or my Sag placement's doing so, you know, because I like when people teach me stuff, and I like learning and everything, and I like the intimacy, like, you know, as if there was a father or a mother figure or like a sibling figure to me, teaching me and guiding me and all these things. You know, I love learning and everything, and you know, I like my, obviously, again, with the Asian thing, we have gardens and stuff, so I go garden with my grandma and or my cousins, you know, my hillbilly cousins, whenever they need help and everything. So, you know, I do all that stuff, and I enjoy doing that, and I like getting down dirty and all that stuff. Honestly, I feel like I don't really know anything about the fourth house because I don't. All I know is that it represents the home. Cause I mean, like astrology overall, you know, it has a lot of symbolism, and I feel like there's like 100 right answers, but 1,000 wrong answers, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like art, you know, and I feel there's a lot of symbolism. It's just like, you know, like it's just like almost like, don't you get it? Like the fourth represents the home. So what do you think about when you think about the home? Mother, father, siblings, like love, relationships, intimacy, and all that good stuff, you know. Or when you say something is like cancer like or cancerian or whatever that word is, like, you know, like y'all should just like get it, you know. I mean, obviously y'all need to study first, you know, get down the stereotypes first before, you know, even though stereotypes are not good most of the time, they is true, girl, they is true. So, you know, like the sun, like I said earlier, you know, obviously the sun, like, as like the sun represents the ego. I don't get it. Well, hello, the sun is this big ass giant ball of flame. So, you know, what, like, just like, okay, like if it, for example, if I was trying to say like, oh, what, like people like, what the hell's a fire sign? It's like, well, what do you think it is? Well, how do you think they act? What's fire? Like in your face, hot, and you know, bright. So what do you think? They must be passionate. They must be loud, obnoxious, you know, and they must be hot, like physically, and whatever other words that end with the word Lee, and you know, so duh, like symbolism, and you know, that's and inference, you know, and I don't know, it's, yeah, what was, I don't know what I was saying, but you know what I'm talking about. So I feel like I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to do to myself, to unlock myself, and I plan to do it every single way possible through astrology, through, I guess, the shamanism, our culture, religion, and whatnot, and just, I don't know how I do what I do before I did with astrology. Like, I'm a really spiritual person, like I said, before this astrology thing, so, you know, and, so I thought I was, so, I don't know. I feel like, well, with astrology, it explains to me, I'm like, holy shit, like, no wonder why, you know, like, I feel like, yeah. I apologize for, fidgeting and not having my thoughts collected and everything. My excuse is that my Mercury is in the 3rd house, so, you know, I got some pretty fucked up shit going on there, so that's my excuse, and, deal with it.